It's a two-game slate on the CEBL schedule this Friday night, and it starts right here in the Niagara Peninsula as the River Lions host the league's best, Scarborough Shooting Stars. And welcome inside the Meridian Centre, basketball fans. I'm JJ Evison. It'd be fair to say that Niagara has hit a bit of a rough patch in the middle of their season, but with 4 of the next 5 games on this court here in St. Catharines, there may be no better time to start a win streak than right here tonight. They're 5 games below 500, and they're measuring up against a Scarborough team that has nearly tripled the amount of wins and has been having a lot of fun while stringing them together. To get you set, let's send it over to Randy Urban and Joe Razzo.
Thanks, JJ. Welcome courtside inside the Meridian Centre. I'm Randy Urban alongside Joe Razzo. And Joe, we've got number 1 in the East versus number 5. The Scarborough Shooting Stars are quite literally running away with it as we near the midpoint of July. How did they get here?
Well, they started off by winning close games early, and their confidence just built, and they got better, and then all of a sudden they stayed consistent. This team is just oozing with confidence. They think they can take on the Knicks right now and play them. That's where they're at right now. So they're feeling it. They're feeling good about themselves, and they're feeling good about the season.
The River Lions at one point, they were 5-5. They're now 5-10. How did they get back on track?
I think they've got to reestablish their new identity. They've got to, one is, they don't have the full depth that Scarborough has, but they have 8. And I think that's really key. As long as they solidify, find their new group, and start forming. They've added a couple new players, and it's a big key for them because they need to get themselves on a streak.
Okay, time to take a look at the team stats for tonight's game. High-powered offense in Scarborough. They score the basketball, and they rebound the basketball. That's a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, you know, you've got the Scarborough team that wants to play on a fast, hot track. They want to play downhill basketball. Niagara at the other end, 10 points behind the lowest scoring team in the league. They want to maybe grind it, pick their spots, but they want to slow the pace down. This is all about tempo and pace for both these teams. If you look at field goal percentage, not much change, not much in the free throws, even the 3 points. Everything kind of stays the same, but it's the rebounds. The best rebounding team in the CEBL are the Scarborough Shooting Stars.
And it's not just on the defensive glass. They're number 1 on the offensive glass. What makes them so successful in that part of the game?
It's their tired length. Everybody this team has length, and they come from the perimeter. So you get the Javon Johnsons, you get now the David Moon cats. They've got guys from the perimeter that will crash the boards, especially long rebounds, and they're very good once they get them, because the first thing they're doing is they're looking out to kick out for a 3.
Okay, we're going to step aside for a short break. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. The tip-off right after this.
Hello, Canada. Welcome to a new CEBL season.
It's been amazing, Canada basketball, for that platform and give guys an out.
The crowds were bigger, the players got better, the quality of the game got better.
You gotta love it, Canadian Goose.
Fasten your seatbelt tonight because we're going to have some high energy and some high flying stuff.
This is the trail, and this is the real, and all that I gotta say, I'm in my zone.
No shortage of emotion, no shortage of intensity as anticipated.
Sliding away. What a block from behind.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun, or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte. Instant hydration.
Welcome back inside the Meridian Centre. Basketball fans here now with head coach of the River Lions, Kimball McKenzie. Coach, you bring in a trio of players with a lot of international experience, but Kyle Vinales gets in the starting lineup. What are you expecting from him tonight?
He gives us some experience ball handling. Obviously, he's potent offensively, so hopefully he can, help with ball handling duties and scoring.
4 of your next 5 games on this home court. What level of importance are you putting on this next stretch?
Extreme importance. I mean, it's been important from the start of the season for us. Obviously, our backs are against the wall, and we need some wins.
Appreciate the time. Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
Randy.
Thanks, JJ. Good stuff. All right, Joe, you've identified some keys to the game presented by CDIC for tonight's game. First, for the visiting Shooting Stars.
Yeah, if it works, don't fix it. Confidence and consistency. This team is built on it. They always believe they're in the game. They can come from behind at any time, and they can put their foot down to the pedal to the metal. Offensive rebounds equals second chances. They do such a good job of getting the offensive board, but what they do a nice job of is they don't treat it like a hand grenade. They kick it out for early threes. And then their ball pressure ability. They've got enough depth on this team between Tynes, Cap Arbor to put pressure on the ball and start their defense.
Next for the home River Lions, Joe, their keys to the game presented by CDIC.
Well, the stage of forming, storming, and norming, they got to form real quick because Vinales and Gak are 2 new guys that they have, and they've got to make sure that they can let these guys get used to the league and to their team. They have to shorten their bench. They don't have the depth that Scarborough has, so less players they play, the better they have a chance, and they need a post presence.
What's the sweet spot? How many players do they play?
8's my number. I think if they go above 8, they're going to get themselves in trouble.
Love it. Okay, just moments before tip-off here at the Meridian Centre, let's take a look at the starting lineups. For the Scarborough Shooting Stars, Javon Johnson, he can shoot it. Khalil Miller, long. Walker, long. Miles Powell, what a score. And then David Mooncap, he played great last game. For the Niagara River Lions, Kyle Vinales, Khalil Ahmad, TJ Lull, Elijah Lufile, and Keontae Kennedy. Joe, you've also outlined a player to watch from each team.
Well, if you're going to watch the players, watch the stars. Miles Powell is a scoring machine. There's your MVP candidate right now in the CEBL. Second in scoring at 25 points a game. Second in 3 points made. He's a clutch player. He can handle the rock. He can create his own shot, but he's a good passer. He runs the ship here. He's taken on the leadership role of this team. The guys look towards him as the man.
He looks absolutely unfazed at all parts of the game. Very calm, very cool.
And then on the other side, you got the Lion King himself, Khalil Ahmad. The problem is, for a long time so far in these 8 games, Khalil can't pass to Khalil. He needs some help. Here's a guy who's averaging 17 points a game. He's known around here as Mr. Clutch. He's been Mr. Consistent. All he needs is a little bit more help. This guy is dangerous from the 3, but mostly attacking the basket. He uses his size, his strength, his quickness, his change of pace, and he also uses the free throw line to his advantage when he can.
I love it, Joe. This is going to be a good night here on a Saturday night in Niagara. Number 1 in the East, the Scarborough Shooting Stars, taking on number 5 in the East, the Niagara River Lions. Tip-off coming up shortly. Niagara lost, as you know, to Ottawa last Saturday, 86-77. They were right there up until the end.
Yeah, they had, I thought, a very poor target score time, and you're right, they were there for the while, but you got to play this the entire game, and it's the depth sometimes that beats you up. In that game, I thought Niagara had to go deep into their bench, and it kind of hurt them.
One of the matchups I'm looking forward to seeing tonight is, of course, the big men. Elijah Lufile taking on Frank Mitchell.
Yeah, the leading rebounder in the league, Frank Mitchell. The Rookie of the Year, maybe the 6th Man of the Year. He's going to run away with a pile of awards. But Lufile's got experience. But in the 2 games prior to this, I'm giving it a 2-0 edge so far to Frank Mitchell.
Okay, Lufile. You heard it here first from Joe Razzo.
Him and all his brothers are coming after me.
Well, we got JJ, so we're okay. All right, tip-off presented by Spalding, the official game ball of the CEBL.
Now, Scarborough, Khalil Miller starting at center, had a really good offseason, played in Bulgaria, was the MVP of the Bulgarian league, but he's not your typical strong post like Badiako is. This guy can step out and shoot the ball if you give him the opportunity.
All right, Scarborough Shooting Stars, best record in the CEBL. We are off and running, and it's Powell to start us off. Giving it up to Anthony Walker. Trying to work on TJ Law. Flare screen, Johnson steps into a three, and he makes it.
Yeah, Javon Johnson is a big-time shooter. Nice first play of the game. They picked on the new guy. Communication error. Niagara gives up three, but Johnson is doing a job knocking down the three.
3-point make game. Second for Johnson. He shoots it at 43%. Here's Luke. Crossover, going right, using the body. He missed a bunch of those last game. He needs those to drop tonight.
Yeah, he can't be a 40% shooter. He's got to be up in the 60s at that close range.
Powell working on Kennedy. Step back three is just long. Ahmad with the rebound. He wants to push it. Pass is picked off by Powell. That's an underrated part of his game. He can score, we know that, but he is savvy on defense as well. Miller inside with the right is good.
Yeah, you can see Miller. He's a face-up post player. He got that ball. There was absolutely no problem putting it on the floor.
Fourth game starting for Khalil Miller. His 9th game overall. Kennedy inside, the left is no good. Walker battling, Lufili battling. And it's Miles Powell back the other way. Vinales back to Low. He's going to bounce inside with the left. Up and good.
Niagara takes advantage of Powell being down at the other end. 5-on-4.
5-2 early on for Scarborough. Johnson.
And you can just see the length already coming in. Like, you got Vilianis on Johnson. That's a tough matchup. You're giving away 6 inches there.
Ahmad finds Kennedy in the corner, makes a move, going to his left. Can't get to the goal, gets his own rebound. That doesn't fall. Lufile got the call he wanted on that play, already active on the offensive glass.
And that's really important. And he's an offensive rebounder like Frank Mitchell is. He's not going to beat you with his quick jumper. He's going to use his body ahead of time.
Lufile, game number 15, 9th in the starting lineup. Gives the Niagara River Lions 17 minutes a night. Averages 6 and 4. Don't forget, follow us at CEBL League on all social platforms to stay up to date on stats, storylines, and more for all 10 teams in Canada's Pro Basketball League.
I think for Niagara to have success tonight, Lufili's got to do a job on the boards. So he's got to come away with double digits tonight.
Free throw up and good. 71% from the line is Lufile, and Scarborough not wasting any time. They're on the run. This is Miller. Trying to back down Ahmad. Ahmad wants a charge, doesn't get it. Play goes on. And they get it to Powell. Trying to work on Kennedy. Gets by him. Nice drop pass inside. Leads to another throwdown. That's Anthony Walker for 2.
Yeah, and the officials decided that that's not enough contact. So if that's the standard for the game, then let's see the consistency stays the same way.
Well, this is a physical league. Safe to say that, Joe?
It's a physical league, but also very talented and skilled.
Lulls 3 doesn't go. Scarborough off and running once again. This is Johnson down the left side. Trying to get a screen from Walker, and he does. Or excuse me, Miller. Turnaround jumper, no good for Miller. Ahmad back the other way. He wants to go coast to coast, leaves it for Kennedy. Lufile, he can't go all the way.
There are shot blockers all over on this Scarborough team.
Miles Powell with an eternity, and he makes them pay. Three-pointer up and good, and Scarborough just like that, up 12-3 here with 6:37 in the first quarter. Coach Kimbo McKenzie calling a timeout, and they need it. We got to step aside for a short break. You're watching CEBL basketball, live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh yeah, like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes?
Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Cool.
Welcome back to the Meridian Centre, and the Scarborough Shooting Stars have opened up a 9-point lead, and we're only a few minutes in here, Joe. What makes their offense so effective?
Well, they go from defense to offense quicker than anybody in the league. And it's because it's almost like it's a hot potato, the ball. Nobody holds it too long. If somebody in front of you is open, they push it. They are willing to give up the ball. The pass is not the last resort. The pass is their most offensive weapon that they use, and they push it.
They've got a lot of guys that can put the ball in the hoop too, and I think when you share the ball like that, they don't get worried when they don't get it in a few possessions.
Yeah, there's a lot more possessions when you're playing a short clock like they do.
DJ Lull, his pass almost picked off. This is Tutu just checking into the game. His three is up and good. Eunice Tutu from Windsor, Ontario, the point guard, lets it fly.
Eunice Tutu came in, is on this team. He brings some ball defense, and he can shoot it.
The answer on the other side. Khalil Miller using that length, pass is picked off. Back the other way. Powell in transition. Thought about a shot. Frank Mitchell, nimble Frank Mitchell.
Yeah, Frank Mitchell's really good underneath the basket. Good footwork to finish, but that's Powell's second steal for 4 points.
Tutu again, this time from the corner, just off the mark. Mooncat comes down with it. Back come the other way. The Shooting Stars, Powell. This time he gets that charge call.
Yeah, TJ Lull, good on-ball defender, got back and set. I'm looking at this Niagara offense, and I'm trying to think, like, you got to dance with the person you went to the dance with, and Khalil Ahmad is the man. So he's got to be able to make sure that he touches the basketball.
It's great advice. That's great advice for everyone here, including you, JJ. We got a foul on the floor here. 16-6, Scarborough leads it, shooting a high percentage early on. Into the game, we've got Khalil Ahmad, TJ Lull, Eunice Tutu, Gorjak Gak, and Keontae Kennedy for Niagara. On the other side, Frank Mitchell, Javon Johnson, Anthony Walker, Miles Powell, and David Mooncat.
Frank Mitchell and Kellen Times might be two of the best newcomers in the CEBL this year.
Kellen Times was all over the place last game. 18 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. That is a hefty line.
Leading the CEBL in steals.
6'3" guard out of Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. This is Lull. Gets a screen from Gak. Uses it the other side. Great cut. Kennedy can't finish. Back the other way of the Shooting Stars. Johnson inside to Mitchell. Working down low, and Frank Mitchell. Wow.
Frank Mitchell, undersized post player when it comes to bigs, but what does he do? He gets to the big's body where they can't extend and block his shot.
Double machine, averaging 14 and 10. Another transition opportunity this time. That's Anthony Walker doing it all himself, and then the steal, Walker again. 20-6. They might need another timeout here for Niagara.
You talk about bringing new bodies in. Gack gets out on the floor. All of a sudden, pressure's coming. Maybe he's not at the intensity level. Throws a pass away.
Phil Jordan Chuente is going to check in. He played a lot of minutes last Saturday for Niagara, and they were effective.
And if I said Frank Mitchell's an undersized post player, Jordan Chuente smaller than Frank Mitchell. He relies on his athleticism, early work, and quick feet.
Listed at 6'7", but probably 6'5", 6'6" maybe.
But he's been to spots in the air that I haven't.
28 minutes last game, 15 points, 7 rebounds for Phil Jordan Chuente as Walker at the line. Free throw up and good. 71% Anthony Walker playing great basketball here. 22-6 Scarborough over Niagara.
Scarborough has 5 imports of their 10 players that they're playing. You have to have 2 Canadians on the floor at all times. They do a real good job of matching up, but they all have length. You bring in Sims now, Walker.
Amir Sims coming in. He starts usually. He starts 10 games this year. What an advantage to have him. There's Cat Barber. He can't get it to go. Just been a tiny bit off, Cat Barber, the last little bit. Tutu inside the left. He got fouled.
Yeah, if that's the only fault right now that Scarborough may have, but Cat Barber will find it.
Absolutely. Cat Barber, a legend in this league. 22-8. We take another look at the foul call. I like what Tutu's done early on in this game.
Yeah, he's increased the tempo. One of the problems Niagara's had this year is everything has been pound, pound, pound. Already, Tutu has showed them that he'll take it to the basket real quick.
Second free throw, in and out. Niagara wants a chance to win this game. They're going to have to capitalize on those free throws. You can't work that hard and not get any points. As Johnson steps into another 3, man, can he shoot it.
But talk about efficiency. Niagara goes 2-3 zone. Scarborough doesn't miss a beat. 2 passes, they get the ball to their best standstill shooter.
Devon Johnson already with 2 triples in this game, and it's 25-8 Scarborough. Pass is picked off, having tough time with that screen and roll, and Kellen Tynes turning on the Jets.
Yeah, right now one team's playing with the huge intensity and the other one just hasn't been able to match it yet.
Tutu had some space for a 3, this time a kick out. Chuente going inside, using that body. Just can't get it to go. But the big man, Gack, inside for 2. Barber down the left side, fires a pass in. Johnson looking inside, and
just this length.
Yeah. Sims had all kind of space in there.
And one of the issues Niagara's got already early in this game is if they don't knock down a couple shots, you're going to find that Scarborough team's just going to sink a little bit more in the paint and become bigger and longer as the game goes on.
Sims to Tynes. Top of the circle. Going into Frank Mitchell. Makes a move, going to the right hand jump hook, and that's pretty.
Yeah, again, the jump hook makes a 6'8" player 7 feet tall because now any shot blocker can't get to it. Good job.
Virtually unguardable. Tutu gets tied up, knocked down. There's going to be a foul on the floor. Looked like the referee wanted to call 2 shots, and
yeah, so he got him on the gather,
right?
And it looked like Cat Barber's complaining that maybe he got knocked into the defender.
Take another look at it here.
So watch Cat Barber get displaced, trip there a little bit, and the official's calling that, he's saying that the player gathered it. I don't know if he got to the gather yet. No, we got the penalty. That was the penalty, my fault.
That's the penalty, okay.
I feel a whole lot better.
Yeah, I mean, if that's gathering, I've been gathering for years. Hunting and gathering.
Man, when you assume, you make mistakes.
I love that saying. I didn't know it went like that, but I love it. All right, 29-12. 17-point cushion for the Shooting Stars. They turn it over Tutu back the other way, and he turns it over. Mitchell. Nobody.
Yeah, one great steal by Tutu, but then, again, if you look at Scarborough already in this game, on my charts, they've had 7 deflections. That's incredible in the first quarter of play.
Lull going inside, taking the contact, and great verticality there from Frank Mitchell. Sims going back to the big man. I love this old school basketball. Back to the basket, see what you can deliver. Great move, and I like that defense from Gak.
And now Gak's got to go back to his scouting report. Frank Mitchell is 90% left shoulder, right hand, left shoulder, right hand. You've got to be able to force him to go to his left hand and see if he can make the same type of shot.
We got a foul on the floor. Gak will check out, and Lufile will check in. All right, Cal Tire, proud partner and tire expert of the CEBL. Shop top tire brands and have peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guarantee. Shop and book at caltire.com.
You know, we talked about Niagara forming, and you can feel already the newcomers are trying to play hard, but nothing slows great athletes down like thinking. And right now, both newcomers who came on the court are spending a lot of time thinking.
21-point lead, a buck and a half left to go in the first quarter. Vinales, space for a three, he's just short. Cat Barber the rebound. Barber leads it for Sims, and he makes no mistake.
Yeah, that's bad defense by Niagara in transition. Sims gets a walk-up three.
He only shoots 18% from there, but you leave that kind of space, he'll make it. And Vinales, this time he does it for three.
Yeah, but that's 36 points with 1 minute to go. Niagara needs to play on the other end of the floor a little bit.
Barber almost lost it, and he did, out of bounds. It's going to be Niagara basketball here. River Lions, 4 of 14 from the field. Scarborough, 13 of 17. You want to take a guess at the percentage? That's 76, Joe, 76. Vinales inside. He'll get the call. I like the pressure that he's putting on. He's not going to be a bystander in this game.
Yeah, so here Vinales has been, like, he's showing a little bit of confidence, hit the three and attacking the basket. But against the Scarborough team, if you don't knock down threes, they're just going to keep loading the box up, and therefore taking shots away. They just, like Redwood sitting in there. There's lots of length.
Kyle Vinales starred at Central Connecticut State. He's played pro in Europe, Asia, Puerto Rico. He's a scorer.
And he's 34 years old, so he's been everywhere, and he brings a pile of experience here, and that's what you need this late in the season if you want to make an impact. You need somebody who's been there before.
Well, if you're Niagara, you need to start making that run now. You're 5-10, you've lost 5 straight games. It might not happen in this game, but you have to start generating some positive play here as you inch towards the playoffs. And this is Chuente inside. He'll get fouled. I mean, they're doing a pretty good job drawing that contact, putting the pressure on the defense.
I totally agree with you, and I think that's the key part. But you can't overcommit to it. You know, like even there, I don't have George Chuente going to the basket hard is a good play, but know who's around you. Could you stop? Could you kick it out to Khalil Ahmad there for the three? I'm okay with taking it to the basket.
First free throw is long. Chuente 72% from the line. Heavy minutes last game. We mentioned that he had 28. Only averages 15. Be interesting to see how many he gets here tonight. The second free throw drops. 36-18, 18-point lead.
We got 20s looking for the last shot here.
Powell to Sims on the left side. Trying to get Powell open for a screen there, and he does, but we've got another thought there was a foul called, 5-second call.
And that was just a late developing play, and Keontae Kennedy did a nice job of denying Powell the ball, and therefore they held on to the ball too late.
That means another possession here for Niagara. down 18, 11.1 to go. What are you looking for here, Joe?
I think a downhill, I think you want to just go straight downhill with it, take the one-on-one, and look for the kick out if you've got it.
Crossover, Vinales. Jumper no good, rebound cleared by Tynes. Last second shot. High and left, 36-18. Scarborough leads by 18. They were off and running from the start, and it did not stop. Second quarter action right after this. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem YouTube and CEBL Plus.
It's more than a workout. It's my reset, my challenge, my win. From High Rocks training to recovery, Pilates to hitting new personal bests. Strength days, sweat days, the days I almost skipped but didn't. These are the days that make me stronger. One gym, every journey, limitless possibilities.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime.
You gotta love a Canadian hoops. Two hands. Oh, what a block from behind.
Welcome back to Niagara, where the Shooting Stars have carved out an 18-point lead. And prior to tip-off, the CEBL celebrated someone who's helped shape this league from the very beginning. Official Vern Bovell has worked games in every current CEBL market since the league's inaugural season, earning respect of players, coaches, and fellow officials along the way. In 2024, he became the first recipient of the Fox 40 CEBL Officiating Recognition Award. But Bovell's impact stretches well beyond the whistle. As a referee coach, president of the Hamilton Board of Approved Basketball Officials, and a driving force behind Basketball Canada's Black Referee Summit, he's spent years creating opportunities for the next generation of officials. So, in a league built on developing Canadian basketball talent, Randy, Vern Bovell has quietly done the same, but for Canadian officiating.
That's great stuff, JJ.
Vern's done a nice job of making the game better, and he hasn't stopped, so congratulations to him.
Joe, I feel like you've been making the game better, too. I'm going to say congratulations to you early on here in the second quarter.
Well, I tell you, I used to play against Vern in men's league. We used to trade elbows, but he could get up again where I couldn't.
Keontae Kennedy with a nifty finish. And then Munis Tutu taking the charge. That's the second charge here for Niagara in this game, and Powell is hurt.
Yeah, it looked like he got winded on that. We've had 2 turnovers on inbounds plays, both at the fault of the inbounder. You know, not giving the player a chance. Here, Powell turns and Tutu's set up. Tutu let him get down, but he gets caught one step and into it, and it looks like he got it straight. Like, I don't know, he got it in the chest, and you can see maybe he's a little winded right now.
Still down, Miles Powell. Members of the Shooting Stars all crowded around him as the athletic trainer comes out to check on him.
You know, Niagara needed a stop.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe Tutu gave him one right there. They got a score and a stop, and that's something that they haven't been able to put together.
And Miles Powell just got teed up as he walked off the court. He had some choice words for the referee.
Yeah, Miles felt that he didn't get a chance to get his feet down and establish.
I mean, those plays are so hard to call. Bang, bang plays. I mean, being a referee is a great job. One of the hardest jobs, especially on plays like that.
Yeah, they really, you know, the defense is trying to take advantage of their situation. Offense is looking at, well, nobody's talking either, right? Like, he gets the ball, no one's talking.
Absolutely.
Khalil Ahmad just took his first shot of the game. That's unbelievable. After a quarter of play, his first shot is a free throw on a technical.
Yeah, he played over 7 minutes in that first quarter. Just really wasn't a part of the offense there. But if Niagara is going to have any sort of chance here, they're going to need him, because he goes all the way to the cup for 2.
Yeah, staggered screen, get him going. I understand, but get him to receive the ball, but you got to let him touch it too.
Tutu causes another steal, and Ahmad thought about a 3 and got Mooncat to bite. He gets called for the foul, but Tutu, another great defensive play leading to a transition opportunity for Niagara.
Yeah, you talk about a great defensive player who got off his feet on that.
That's Mooncat's first foul, and Khalil Ahmad will step to the line. Shooting 3. He was behind the line. All right, new era, the exclusive game uniform partner of the CEBL and all 10 of its teams from coast to coast. Pick up your official replica jerseys now by visiting CEBL.ca.
If you are a scorer, you are a shooter, nothing builds your confidence like getting some free ones at the free throw line. And so Ahmad starts with that technical, falls up with a layup on that, now is feeling it a little bit, and now has got himself back in the game. He goes 7 minutes without a shot. Now he's got 3 touches on 3 possessions.
And all of a sudden he can cut it to 10 here with another made free throw. This was 18, it was over 20 at one point. 36-26 now. Scarborough. This is Tynes over the timeline. Johnson now. Gets it to Sims. He had Tynes working inside, but the pass was just a little bit behind him. Yeah. I like the idea, though.
But Tutu has changed their defense. Defense starts with pressure on the ball. And right now, Tutu's done a good job.
Tutu trying for another steal, and he almost gets it there on that inbound. He was picking up time, but that the presence of mind to try to step in and intercept that pass to someone he wasn't guarding.
Yeah, just hard work and knowing the report.
Absolutely. Sims, step back on long, doesn't go. Tutu, reach ahead to Kennedy. He gets stopped at the rim. Back the other way is Scarborough. Mooncat using the body. He'll finish with the right.
So there's the difference. Mooncat uses the body to displace. Against this Scarborough team, you got to use the rim. You got to go reverse. You got to change it up. Straight attacks, they got length.
Deontay Kennedy denied at the rim the last time. Ahmad gets another bite from Tynes. This time the 3 is off the mark. Long inside, Lufile! Yes, he did.
That's the toughest shot to block.
You know from experience, is that what you're talking about here? Kick out. Sims' 3 doesn't go. Keontae Kennedy, the rebound. 38-28. Tough task. He's got Tynes on him. Gets a screen from Lufile. Lufile's got space. He's open, but Kennedy tries the jumper, and Tynes gets called for the foul. He doesn't like it at all.
Yeah, Tynes is really good on the ball, and what he did there is he comes from behind in a rear contest, and it's something that's really popular. But when you go up and you're the smaller guy, it's a tough one. So here he goes. He tries for the poke, and now it's a rear contest on the block. And it's always tough because you're coming through the shooter and he's got his elbow out there.
A little too aggressive there for that contest. As Scarborough will take a timeout here with 7:35 to go in the second quarter. 38-28. Niagara River Lions are down, but they are playing better basketball. More second quarter action. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa. Thank you. That's my job. So you were saying?
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
The CEBL, Canada's Pro Basketball League, and redtag.ca brings Canadian basketball fans a chance to save up to $300 off on vacation bookings all season long with promo code CEBLFans. I wonder how our mascots would spend their time on vacation. Book today with Red Tag and save $300.
redtag.ca.
Welcome back to Niagara, where the River Lions have a 10-2 run to start the second quarter. And something caught my eye there, and it was the defense of Munis Tutu getting active. And he heard that Niagara was a hockey town, so he thought he'd get involved in some of the physical play. Gentlemen, he had a tooth pop out on one of those defensive stops. He picked it up, tossed it in his sock, and hopefully the River Lions have a good dental program, because he's going to need that replaced. And that just goes to show you putting the body on the line. The new guy in town, making sure his teammates know he's going to put his body on the line. Randy.
Well, the coaches, good stuff, JJ. The coaches are going to love that too. They love tough guys.
You know what, but hard work is contagious. Like, you watch him go out there, he came off the bench, he's made a difference. He's risen the intensity level of the River Lions.
As JJ mentioned, it's a 10-2 run here for Niagara, and this crowd is getting into it here. 10-point lead for Scarborough. They are number one in the Eastern Conference, and right now Niagara, the basement dwellers, number 5 in the East, looking to get back on track with a win. They've lost 5 straight. Free throw up and good. 38-29 now. Javon Johnson take it over the timeline. Little ghost screen from Mitchell, gets it back. Back to Johnson, going inside to Mitchell. He's got a lot of moves and he uses them inside. This time he gets the foul called. Lufile doesn't like it. Vinales doesn't like it. Nevertheless, Mitchell's going to the line for 2.
Scarborough likes to run their offense through Frank Mitchell at the high post. He's a very good passer and he's got a pretty good handle. But if you're going to make him put it on the ground, you got to force him left. He's got a very good right hand. And then he gets you down there and he puts you in that spin cycle and he uses all his frame. But if he's going to beat you, got to make him beat you left.
In terms of impact per minute, tough to argue anybody against Frank Mitchell. 22 minutes a game, a double-double machine, nearly 15 and 11.
Man, I've got him for CBL Rookie of the Year. I got him for CBL Sixth Man of the Year. And he loves playing. The guy just has a blast, and I don't know if everybody else loves playing against him, but boy.
No, I wouldn't. 3 ball in the corner. Kennedy off the mark. Lufile, another offensive rebound. Vinales, Kennedy, more space. This time he drives. This is Cole Long. Wielding inside, gives it to Vinales, and this is Kennedy again, and this time he makes no mistake. Deontay Kennedy for 3.
And the ball moved, and they got some closeouts, and they found the open shooter.
Mitchell trying to answer, and he can't. The River Lions in transition. Long's got some space, and he hits from Long.
Cole Long hasn't had a great season shooting. He's only shooting the ball 29%, but his resume says he is a catch and shoot specialist.
No points the last time out, so I love what Cole's doing already in this one, and Scarborough answers. But Joe, it's a 6-point game.
Raise the intensity a little bit.
Khalil Ahmad, one of the greatest scorers this league has ever seen. Gives it to Vinales. Long, another 3, the corner. This time it's short. It's going to be Niagara ball. Tapped out of bounds by Scarborough. As TJ Lull will check into the game, along with number 12, Gorjak Gak out of Sydney, Australia.
Now this is Gak's second opportunity to get on the game, so let's see if his level of intensity rises.
Mitchell, the rebound. Mooncat, one man to beat. And he does via the free throw.
David Mooncat has had a great career in the CBL, but a great career as a basketball player. St. FX product. So a youth sport kid who just used the CBL to get better. Last year in Brampton was a great shooter. Had a bunch of time with the national team in the windows. Went to Germany, Defensive Player of the Year. He has just had a strong professional career, and he keeps getting better.
5th season in the CEBL, his 3rd with Scarborough. First free throw up and good. Doesn't get to the line a ton. My stat sheet says 33% from the free throw line, but that went up.
Yeah, he just missed a couple shots early in the season. Get him at the end of the season. That 33 will be closer to 88.
Vinales inside. He's blocked at the rim again, and the length of Scarborough, whether it's the guys inside or the long arms of Kellen Tynes.
They're guys, not only there's a lot of athletes on the floor right now with Scarborough, and their whole roster's filled with length and athletic length.
Gak gets it to Long. TJ Lull trying to go to the middle. Gak, he's got a little bit of space. A little jump shot doesn't go. Mitchell the rebound.
If you can make Gak shoot it from 5 feet rather than 2, you've done the job.
The spin dribble in the left hand doesn't go. Another pretty move from Mitchell, but it leads to a fast break opportunity from Kennedy. He turns it over, and Mitchell all alone down low. He's going to have no trouble with this one. Pulls down the rim with the ball.
Yeah, and you know, you're Niagara. You've got to make sure you can't have those turnovers. That's 17-0 on points off of turnovers for Scarborough.
You got to clean that up, down 10 points. They were just down 6. Niagara got back into it with their defense, but transition defense is a part of that.
Yeah, and Gak's having some difficulties, the communication difficulty on that. TJ's Lull looking for something different. That's two turnovers back to back.
Tynes drives right, cut off by Vinales. Johnson, step back 3, no good. Vinales the rebound. Over the timeline, trying to use the big man as a distraction, goes off the window for 2.
And you saw how Vinales just brought the ball back, changed it a little bit. Professional scorer there.
Mitchell thought about it, thought better of it, but the pass intercepted. Yeah. It's going to be Niagara basketball. Do you like him to take that shot with that kind of space?
Well, he can't shoot it, but if I'm Niagara, I'm going to ask him. I'd rather him shoot that than shoot at the basket. Like that scouting report says, you got to make him shoot, you got to make Tynes shoot. So therefore, don't give up that opportunity for them to drive.
Vinales trying to go one-on-one on Walker. He's going to get a screen from Gak. A little crossover, and Hesney 3-ball buries it.
Yeah, easiest way to get a newcomer in the league is high ball screen and read and react off of it.
Kyle Vinales, he's got 10 early on in this one. Almost another turnover, but it leads to a Frank Mitchell deuce.
Yeah, and in that case there, you got to drop down if you're Niagara. Kennedy's on the perimeter. You got to drop down and rotate.
Can't just be your bigs down low rotating. It's got to be the guards dropping down, as you said. Another high ball screen. Vinales, a little bit of space this time. A 2. Can't get it to go. Walker corrals it. Kennedy steals it low. Got some space. Vinales wide open. Just Long. And Tynes.
Yeah, I like that. I like that decision by Law there to kick it out. He saw the length that he was going to have to attack. Why force it?
Mitchell. Little pass inside. Mooncat doesn't get it to go, but a foul on the floor. David Mooncat's going to take 2 more from the free throw line.
So Randy, let's talk about personnel. Frank Mitchell's got the ball in there, and he likes to go over his left shoulder. So you know, sometimes you can double him, but sometimes the bluff is as good as a double. You got to know Kellen Tynes is a driver, so you can help off of him. And you don't have to give it all, but you have to show him that you're coming. You have to have a plan, because you leave anybody one-on-one with a player who can score like that, you're going to have yourself a long day.
So what you're saying is you want Kellen Tynes to shoot that ball.
Well, I'm saying scouting reports and stats. Everybody's talking about stats, analytics, but you got to look at who you're guarding and say, okay, beat me with what you don't do real well with. I'm not saying that Kellen Tynes can't shoot it, but I'd rather him shoot it than attack the basket.
The lesser of two evils, absolutely. Free throw doesn't go. 8-point lead for Scarborough. Vinales, it's been a spark plug here. Another one. That's a great touch, Joe.
He's got, that's a scorer. That's a guy who's 6'2", knows he's gone against 7-footers his whole career.
Mitchell, nice pass inside for Walker with the left. Frank Mitchell doing it all here. Rebounding, scoring, setting teammates up. Lufile open down low in the pick and roll, and he'll throw down another. Elijah Lufile making his presence felt.
Yeah, a little communication error there for Scarborough, one of the few.
Johnson, little dribble handoff. Mitchell inside, another spin dribble. He loves that move. Going up with the left, can't get it to go. Rebound, batted around. It's going to come down to Mooncat. Ball gets swung to Johnson. He's got some space. Call is going to be off Niagara on the Johnson drive. Good aggression there from Javon Johnson. He could have easily shot that three.
And again, the good closeout forced Johnson to put it on the ground. Right now, Scarborough counters by bringing in Jaden Campbell. You talk about a good shooter. This guy here has shot the ball everywhere he's gone.
Three ball at the buzzer. No good. Niagara tries to go in transition. They turn it up again. Mooncat throwing it down. David Mooncat, the hops, another bucket off a terrible turnover.
That's right, bad decisions. You got to pay the price immediately. Mooncat gets a 24-second violation, a good run out. It's not because Tutu's not working hard, it's just because he made a mistake. So know where you're at, read and react. There's the violation, here's the run out. He's looking for Ahmad up the wing. You make that mistake, and now it's 19-0 on turnovers.
You like going down the wing like that, or would you prefer the guard to go down the middle and make that pass and maybe a little bit later?
I'm a big lane break. I think wider you can make the court, the better it is for your offense and your bigs. I love the decision. I just didn't like the execution.
Absolutely. All right, 52-44. This was a 21-point cushion for Scarborough earlier in that first quarter. They definitely punched first. Niagara, good on them to kind of bounce back here in this second quarter. Frank Mitchell, as we know, just a beast inside, comes in averaging nearly 15 and 11. He's got a plethora of moves, Joe.
He's got all. You watch, he likes to get to that right, like to the right arm, so he's very good in it, but then he knows how to score. But this Frank Mitchell's got 4 rebounds, but also 4 assists. The big man's got some nice hands, and he knows how to get it to people. He loves to score. He's got a lot of Charles Barkley in his game. Big guy who can handle the basketball and is in the right places.
15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists for Frank Mitchell. Leading the way for Scarborough as we are back underway, coming up to a minute and a half left in the half. This is Vinales. Gets it to Tutu. He's got Ahmad. Little sidestep three, doesn't go. Cleared by Scarborough, back inside. Mitchell turns it over. Niagara wants to run. Ahmad, tried to get it inside, and he does. Great pass, Chuente down low to Lufile. Drops it in for 2 more.
Yeah, tough turnover because Mitchell made a nice catch on that play.
Johnson, 3 ball, just long. That's the one he wants back. Looked good from when it left his hand. And Vinales.
What I like there for Niagara was I like that Tutu came down to rebound. Don't break until you've boarded.
Deep 3 from Vinales, and he hits it, making his presence felt. 52-49, Niagara down by 3, final 30 to go, second quarter. 3 ball, no good from Campbell. Niagara wants to settle it down here. Final shot. 15 seconds. Nearly identical shot clock, game clock. Vinales. Nice spin dribble. That's going to be tough if it goes. Lufile, he wants it, but not enough time. But I love the effort from Lufile down low. I thought Niagara could have got something better on the shot, but they have cut the lead to 3, Joe. They were down 21.
Yeah, it's all about, competing. No matter what you look. In the first quarter, the competition factor was all in Scarborough. In the second quarter, I think it started with Muniz Tutu. His defense, and then all of a sudden the technicals, they got themselves rolling a little bit. We got ourselves a game, Randy.
Well, Scarborough, they were shooting almost 80% at one point. It's come back down to earth here, 57. Meanwhile, Niagara River Lions shooting 42%. But Niagara getting back into it with the play of Kyle Vinales, the player of the half, and J.J. Evison is standing by with Kyle Vinales. JJ.
Thanks, Randy. Kyle, what an opening half for you. Fans loving what you're putting out on the floor. What are you finding about working within this offense that's working for you tonight?
Coach, he already have a good system in place. So I'm just there, I'm making shots. He told me to be aggressive. He told me to not wait, to get comfortable. So that's what I'm doing. And first half, I was thankful enough to make the shots.
You won that second quarter by 15 points. What was the mentality having to claw back from 18, and how do you work on that in the second half?
Defense. As you see, they scored 40 points in the first quarter. That's a lot of points. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Second quarter we said we're gonna play a little bit defense, and they missed the shot.
You got a teammate in Tutu who lost a tooth out there playing defense. What does that message send to the rest of your squad?
And that's what it's gonna have to take. We're better than we've been showing this season, so we're trying to fight back. And we gotta lose some.
Appreciate the time. Best of luck in the second half. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. More at the half coming up right after this.
Officials for tonight, crew chief is Tommy Wu, umpires are Rob Caparici, Faye Fang, and right there, Matthew Moncrief says, get out the way.
The offense has slowed down a little bit. They haven't been out and running and playing in transition like they did in the first quarter, so they've made some good adjustments in the second.
Hornsby, only 3 left on the clock. That one will rattle around and drop. Very tough shot. Patterson. Miller Moore's up top.
River Lions need something on this possession. They need it bad. Ahmad turns it over. Fudge, coast to coast, and he throws it down. Exclamation point. They need one, Charles.
Tough one for Khalil. All 4 Blackjacks, 4 or 5 were out and running as you see Fudge.
One more look here for Calgary. Ruggs driving, kicks it back. 3-pointer will not count. No, they are. Now they're going to conference here. Heading into the half as we get another look on the replay. Matthew Kamba using every single second.
Trenton Flowers, he's had the hot hand, got 14 points, a team high. Flowers trying to shake his man. 1 second to beat the buzzer. Oh! Trenton Flowers in the nick of time. As the Honey Badgers +3 through 2. We're going to send it over to Francisca, who's standing by with Matthew Moncrief.
Frank Mitchell coming up. Likely a pick and roll with him. Shot clock coming to 8. Thomas goes to the lane. He scores. He wins it. Trey Thomas. Happy Canada Day. Oh!
Last couple of games having to take a step back with the additions, but there's a great opening today for Okoyua.
Ant Nelson to the rim, and finger roll for Anthony Ant Nelson.
Again, have a look right here. Nelson, again, look, drive to the rim. A little bit of a bounce off, finger roll on Khalil Miller. Finishes. Lou Williams playing.
Trey Thomas, nice play. Oh, Akoy! Oh boy! Akoy does it again!
The
Shooting Stars.
Opportunities. Missed opportunities is right. Smart. He wants to end it. You can feel it. Steps into the three and he does it. Game over.
There it is.
Javonte Smart with a man in his face. Buries a three. They needed one. Gave him two more.
And he was good.
Hunter. That one short. Board pulled down by the Shooting Stars. Almost turned over. Campbell's got a fire to beat the buzzer. Oh, come on.
Goodness.
You thought you've seen it all. Well, you haven't seen Jaden Campbell.
He passed it, went off the defender right back in his.
The money ball from half court to close out the quarter. Oh, more fireworks on the other side. Fourth quarter coming.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
High-octane fun for the whole family. Motorsports events lined up all summer long. Everything from drag racing, drifting, and everything in between. Test your skills on our private track with your own vehicle, or try out our powerful F2000s. We're just 90 minutes from Toronto and the Niagara region. Go to our website for upcoming event info. Toronto Motorsports Park Cayuga is a proud sponsor of Niagara River Lions basketball.
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh yeah, like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes?
Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Cool.
Welcome back inside the Meridian Centre on Niagara-on-the-Lake. It is 52-49. The Scarborough Shooting Stars lead the Niagara River Lions. It's number 1 in the East versus number 5. And certainly Scarborough, Joe, played like that in that first quarter. Even Calvin Yalla said, I don't think I've ever seen that before. They almost scored 40 points in that first. What were they doing right?
Yeah, 36 points. They were just scoring like fast break points off of turnovers. Fast break points, just straight attacked on the baskets. They were doing an absolutely great job. And that all starts on defense. It starts with stopping the ball and then building your offense. They were moving the basketball off of their stops, and the ball moved freely. And they attacked the rim on it. And when they didn't attack the rim, they used that to kick out for some open threes. They were just playing perfect basketball to start the first quarter.
I mean, we talked about their length, but how did it start to change then for Scarborough? How did Niagara get back in the game?
Well, the intensity level of the game, Scarborough was at the highest level, and Niagara was ways away. And Niagara's got new guys trying things. You could just sense they just weren't clicking. The cylinders weren't going together. And then all of a sudden, Munis Tutu, I thought his defense said, okay, let's start this on defense. All of a sudden, the second quarter started with a steal, a score, a steal, a couple stops, and before you know it, you're building up your confidence. And now all of a sudden, their intensity level rose. And then that second quarter, they dominated.
And then, of course, Khalil Ahmad got going a little bit. He didn't have any points in that first quarter. Stepped to the line in that second quarter, made a couple of free throws, made a layup, and all of a sudden he starts getting his game going.
Yeah, and then Vinales, they just simplified it for him too, and he found it that way. But I said there were 7 deflections in the first quarter on Scarborough's defense. That's amazing.
52-49, a tale of two halves here as Scarborough leads it. Let's look at our halftime stats. What stands out for you, Joe? I mean, they were shooting nearly 78%, Scarborough was. They've come down to earth here just a little bit.
Yeah, still the efficiency. They're scoring way too easy at the rim. They're getting the ball where they want to go. So that they're winning that battle. Niagara getting to the free throw line a little bit. The assist factor, that's because they're moving the ball. But what's keeping Niagara in the game? They're going up against the best rebounding team in the league. and they're out rebounding Scarborough. That hasn't been done this season, and that's what's getting them in this, especially in that second quarter. They got a bunch of offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities.
Well, this is a team that averages 44, 45 rebounds a game. They've got 17 at the half. I mean, I know they didn't miss very many shots early in that first quarter, but that is a great job for Niagara. 22-17, the edge there.
All right.
Go ahead, Joe.
Only one offensive rebound, and that's where, Scarborough just beats you up on second chance opportunities. And the second chance opportunities, Niagara's winning that battle.
Okay, we're going to have an exciting second half. I can feel it coming up right after this short break. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
What keeps me going? Under the heat of the sun or in the heat of the moment. When climbing for even one more second seems like too much. Whether you're reaching for your goal or busy setting new ones, everyone hits their limit, but that limit has a reset. Scientifically formulated to hydrate faster in the moments that matter. Electrolyte, instant hydration.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa, thanks.
That's my job. Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
High-octane fun for the whole family. Motorsports events line up all summer long. Everything from drag racing, drifting, and everything in between. Test your skills on our private track with your own vehicle, or try out our powerful F2000s. We're just 90 minutes from Toronto and the Niagara region. Go to our website for upcoming event info. Toronto Motorsports Park Cayuga is a proud sponsor of Niagara River Lions basketball.
The CDIC was established by the Government of Canada to protect deposits in case of bank failure. Coverage is free and automatic when you bank with a member institution.
Whoa. Thank you. That's my job. So you were saying.
Protecting your deposits, that's what we do.
You don't just fuel your body. You fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
Welcome back to Niagara, where the Shooting Stars have a 3-point lead to start the second half, joined now by head coach of Scarborough, Tyrell Vernon. Coach, 21 fast break points coming off, 11 combined steals and blocks in the second half here. How do you manage the risk of going to some of those steals now that this game's pretty close?
You know what, I thought we did a good job, again, turning the defense into offense, but then when we didn't get those stops, we tried to keep that same pace, and I felt like we didn't manage those runs a little bit as well as we wanted to. We should have kind of slowed down the pace a little bit more, and that would have helped us on the defensive end.
Kyle Vinales promptly on the radar now. How do you manage him while also not deterring away from the game plan?
These players are phenomenal. You know, Vinales, you know, Khalil Ahmad, you know, both sides. You know, these guys are phenomenal players. So it just has to make life a little bit harder on them in the second half. And, you know, those guys saw it on the film. Now they see it in real life. So got some adjustments to make.
Appreciate the time. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Randy.
Thanks, JJ. Good stuff as always. All right, Joe, let's look back at your players to watch. How'd they do in the first half?
Well, I thought Khalil Ahmad got going in the second quarter. I just thought it was like the fact that he didn't shoot a shot in the first quarter just wasn't preparation. And Miles Powell, between foul trouble and going down. So now Miles Powell has 3 fouls in the first half. They've gone through it again, the officials, and they're saying because it's technical, which was his third foul, came after the substitution got on the floor. That foul now, that technical foul will be a bench technical. So therefore, he's playing with 2 fouls right now. And it looked like he was winded and injured a little bit, but it looks like in warm-ups right now, he's ready to go the second quarter.
When I look at that graphic and I look at those 2 guys, and one guy has 3 who averages 25 points per game, and the other guy has 6 who averages 17, but one of the great scorers in this league, you know that both of these guys are going to come to play here in the second half. They don't finish with lines like that.
No, they don't, but it's at the same time, if you're Powell, you're okay with it because everybody's scoring in Frank, and you're running your offense through Frank Mitchell, and you're shooting the ball almost 70%.
Okay, it's time for our Red Tag Path to the Playoffs update. Here's how the standings shape up right now. Eastern Conference presented by Lotto Max, Western Conference presented by Cal Tire, and we mentioned this off the top. Scarborough Shooting Stars running away with it 14-2, but you really want to be peaking early here, so anything is up for grabs as this season kind of chugs along here in the Eastern Conference.
Well, with the 14-2, you got to keep in mind, playoffs are being run at home. So the best record's going to get a chance to play those home games, and if you're Scarborough, that's what you're shooting for. The rest of the pack, it's who can get hot. This Ottawa team's playing really good basketball right now. Brampton came back a little bit earth, Montreal, and if you're the River Lions, you need some W's.
Western Conference presented by Cal Tire. Of course, the Sea Bears are first, but it does bunch up a little bit there. Even Calgary's won a couple games lately.
Yeah, you know what? Calgary's won 2 in a row. And the coaching change, and they got a big one in Winnipeg. And Winnipeg won a close one to Edmonton Stingers. Stingers are playing good basketball. So is the Mamba. So in Vancouver, they just had a tough schedule, a coaching change, and a real short time to prepare on the road. Not the great recipe that you want, but that team is talented.
All right, Niagara River Lions, you see right there, 5-10. They've lost 5 straight. What a boost, Joe, this would be if they could pull this one out here against the top team in the league.
Yeah, no, they need a streak start at 1, and they need a streak. Last year, Niagara lost their last 5 games of the season. Went on to win the CEBL championship. So do you have a little bit of history on your side? Is the season over? No. But you got to turn it around, and you got to turn it around with 1 win.
Well, it hopes to start for the Niagara River Lions here in this third quarter. 52-49, getting set for action shortly. We are live at the Meridian Centre on this beautiful Friday night. Great crowd on hand. Kyle Vinales, we saw JJ interview him after the second quarter. 17 points. He's locked in on Mooncat, who's got the ball now. Kennedy got a hand on it, but didn't know where it was. Mooncat trying to body Vinales. Going to his left side. Good defense. Ahmad closes out on Tynes into the starting lineup, and Tynes just rips him down.
And good defense by Niagara. You saw Elijah Lufili play a little center field on that. Even though Mooncat had the mismatch, Lufili showed himself saying, hey, listen, it's not a free trip to the basket.
My bad, Joe. That was Javon Johnson on defense there. As Ahmad sneaks inside for 2.
Yeah, he's got that change of pace, slow Euro step. Him going downhill, he's got size, strength, and he knows how to finish with both hands.
1-point game, almost another turnover here for the ends. But it's going to be Scarborough basketball. I mean, that's a great start for Niagara. I thought their defensive intensity has picked up here to start. I thought when they started that first quarter, they're just, their compete level wasn't there.
2 deflections already. That's a 3rd touch now by Niagara on 3 possessions.
TJ Law, Keontae Kennedy, Elijah Lufile, Kyle Vinales, and Khalil Ahmad trying to lock up Johnson here. And another whistle, no flow right now, but that's just the defense for Niagara. they've come to play here, third quarter.
You know that's a foul away from the basket, but the intensity level, that was nowhere near happening in the first quarter of the game.
All right, Powell's got it, gets a screen from Miller. Now it's Walker. Going to his right side, spin dribble, uses the body, did everything but put it in. Kennedy giving up some size, takes the check. And Yalis, he'll draw a foul. This time it's going to go against Walker.
It's not a complicated game when it comes to scouting reports. Make a player beat you with things that they're not great, not great, but they're second best at. If you can force them left, force them left.
They want Vinales to go left here, but he's going to use the screen and go right. Go pocket pass into Lufile. His pass, though. The kick out to three, picked off. It's going to be Niagara basketball.
Yeah, you got to make better decisions when you got that situation there. You're the rolling big.
He's talking to himself. He said, bounce, bounce, bounce. You got to make a bounce pass on that possession.
I mean, yeah, you got to find Khalil Ahmad on that possession.
There you go.
You know, the man with the gold makes the rules.
Lufile. Lull off 1 foot. Air ball. Shot clock was winding down. Javon Johnson. A little bit of pace, and Ahmad cuts him off, but he gets called for a foul.
And that's a professional take foul by Khalil Ahmad, but that's 2 in the quarter by him.
Khalil Ahmad must stay on the floor for Niagara. Scarborough inbounds. Javon Johnson dancing around the three-point line, steps into another one, and he hits it 43% from three, and you saw why.
Yeah, he saw Elijah Lufile on him. And again, if you've got the mismatch, you're going to try to exploit it, but if you're the defender, you're going to try to play to your advantage.
That's 3 triples in the game for Johnson as Kennedy tries to answer on the other side. Offensive rebound by Lufile. Look at that, trying to get some space. Nice seal inside. That's the work he does before the catch, Joe.
And that started with the offensive rebound, and then he started burying himself. He kicked it out, and he got himself ready.
Miles Powell took that shot in the chest. Looks no worse for wear, gets it inside, and Walker, the beneficiary, 2 more for Scarborough.
Yeah, Niagara's got to do a better job of covering down. We said that in the first half. Make them kick it out.
Vinales probing with the left. He's got some space high off the glass. 2 more for Kyle Vinales.
If Niagara sets solid screens, none of these kiss your sister screens or ghost screens, just create the mismatch.
I never want to see a kiss your sister screen in my life. Lufile in transition, the big man. Comes to Vinales, swing pass, Kennedy leaving it for Elijah Lufile, and it's 57 apiece here, 6:45 to go, third quarter action.
If the pass is a weapon and not your last resort, good things happen. You create closeouts, then you create opportunities.
Miller, dribble handoff. Johnson back to Miller, he's tied up, and Vinales doesn't like the call whatsoever, but looked like his hands were in there before the spin in the air.
But again, at least there for Niagara, there was some rotation.
It's going to be Kyle Vinales' second. Anthony Walker make his way to the free throw line, a 71% free throw shooter.
Actually, Khalil Miller, big man's going to the line on that. And Khalil Miller, talk about an improved player. This guy started Seneca College, went on, had a decent career at Mac, and he got better as a pro. This year, he was the MVP of the Bulgarian League.
5-5 on the season here for Scarborough in his 8 games. First free throw up and good. Sorry, Joe.
It's just nice to see when players get better after they leave school. They put time into it, they become pros, they go to the right opportunities.
6'8" forward, 3rd season in the CEBL. Both free throws are good. Let's see what Niagara's answer is. Ahmad putting pressure on the defense. And Frank Mitchell puts his hand up. It's going to be his foul as the Scarborough Shooting Stars will huddle up here. I'm just excited we've got a ball game. It did not look like that in that first quarter here, Joe. I know this is why you play the game, but it was a 21-point lead with about 2 minutes to go in that first quarter.
And you know what? Some of the best timeouts in basketball have nothing to do with the X and O's. Just got to talk about someone's, pride. You got to challenge people. And I think what happened there when Niagara was challenged, and they met the challenge so far.
Second free throw up and good for Ahmad. 1 point lead for Scarborough. Coming up on 6 minutes to play. Third quarter, Tynes with it. It's Powell coming off a screen. He's going to use one. Rejects it. One-on-one on Keontae Kennedy. Step back. Good closeout from Kennedy. Forces into a tough shot. And Lull the rebound. Vinales. Ooh, step back. He's got space. No time. Wanted a foul on the closeout. Didn't matter. Screaming at the bench. Three-pointer. Vinales having himself a night here as Mitchell can't get the friendly roll. Scarborough, the rebound. That's Johnson inside. Walker the three. He can't hit. Cleared by Kennedy.
Niagara got fortunate there because they gave up a couple second chance opportunities.
2 point lead for Niagara. Powell wants an answer. No call. And he crashes into the seats. Vinales wants another one. Oh, we thought that one was in. Frankly, so did I from this angle. Tynes trying to make something happen. Kennedy trying to draw a charge. Powell, sidestep three, and he hits it. Professional scorer stares at the ref all the way down the court. Didn't get the call in that previous possession.
And basketball is risk and reward. You go for the gamble, the price is an easy three.
Ahmad working down the right side. He's got a little bit of space, a glimmer of hope, and he takes advantage.
And Chuente set a nice screen, forced the switch, and allowed Ahmad to get to the basket.
Mitchell, dribble handoff. Powell gives it right back. It's a nice move. Jump hook, no good. Lull, another rebound. Niagara slowing it down here, 63-62.
The difference between a 5-foot jump shot and a dunk is unbelievable.
Ahmad, the ball gets caught in his legs. Gets a screen from Chuente, steps in left side. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
I would love to keep screen assists as a stat, because if you set the screen and you get the guy open, you've done your job. And in that case there, Chuente again gets Ahmad open.
Every big man in the world would agree with you, Joe. Side step three. Powell doesn't get another one to go, and Johnson can't clear the rebound. Chuente in transition. Tynes hounding him. Ahmad's got space. Short.
That was ambitious.
Walker, the rebound, 65-62. Ooh, and Kennedy almost had another one. He's got his hand on a lot of basketballs here in this third quarter. Battling inside. Powell hasn't got the three to drop, but I like that energy, getting inside, keeping it alive, and he gets rewarded.
Yeah, absolutely, good tack. But again, Niagara, they've got to get everybody on the board. You're not big. You've got a small lineup on the floor. You need 5 guys rebounding.
Vinales. Spin dribble. Help comes, kick out. Back up to three. Chuente, does he have it? It's long. Scarborough the rebound. Powell in transition. Shifty, step back, three ball. That's going to be short again. Gets his own rebound. You got to close out. Excuse me, you got to box out.
Yeah, Powell lucky there on the charge. They called it a defense was moving on it, but you're absolutely right. Keontae Kennedy does the job, and then what does he do? He doesn't finish it. He doesn't box out, gives him a second chance opportunity.
You know that they're going to talk about that at the timeout here. You have to finish the play, whether it be the closeout or the box out, the rebound, tagging your man. But we've got a ball game, 65-64. Niagara River Lions with a 1-point lead. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Jam, YouTube, and CEBL Plus. More third quarter action right after this.
It's more than a workout. It's my reset, my challenge, my win. From High Rocks training to recovery, Pilates to hitting new personal bests. Strength days, sweat days, the days I almost skipped, but didn't. These are the days that make me stronger. One gym, every journey, limitless possibilities.
Welcome back inside the Meridian Centre. It's a 1-point game now for the River Lions. And when Kimball McKenzie talks about building a roster, talent is important, but culture comes first. McKenzie told me this week one of the biggest lessons he learned from former head coach Victor Razzo was the importance of bringing quality people into the organization before anything else. He says the River Lions specifically prioritize toughness, professionalism, accountability, and togetherness when evaluating players. In fact, he admitted there are talented players they simply won't pursue unless they see a fit within the organization culture-wise. And Randy, with the trio of players we've seen debut tonight, it's clear the culture of fit is present.
Absolutely, great stuff, JJ. Frank Mitchell, speaking of culture, throwing it down inside.
After timeout, baseline out of bounds. Nice little counter on that.
Ahmad working on a screen, trying to go inside on Mitchell. That is nifty, Joe.
Yeah, Mitchell didn't know which way he was going, and Ahmad just put him in the trick basket.
Mitchell trying to answer. Good defense from Chuente. Johnson, no space, so he kicks it out. Back to Sims for three. His is off the mark. 67-66, 1:40 to go, third quarter. Khalil Ahmad doesn't use the screen, going right. The challenge on Sims. What a finish.
And that just tells you the size and strength of Ahmad.
Tutu is going to get called for a foul here as he runs Cat Barber out of bounds.
So prior to the last time out, the officials called a flop warning on Keontae Kennedy. You got to know time and score. That's not a great take foul by Tutu. You know, it's an aggressive foul by letting Dwight Powell gets to the free throw line that far away from the basket.
Miles Powell, 83% from the stripe all season long. First free throw is short. 25 points per game scorer on the season. He is the leading scorer of the Scarborough Shooting Stars. The unbothered floor general, second free throw, all of the rim and in, and he's still in a little bit of pain here, grabbing his right pectoral muscle as Cat Barber will check in.
Since that foul he took, or the charge he took, or the collision, he's kind of favoring his right side, right? I don't know if it's a rib or the arm, but you can see him just wincing a little bit on that free throw.
2-point lead for the River Lions. Ahmad trying to take over here in this third game, going to the same move, up and under on the right side. It's pretty, Joe.
Yeah, Scarborough's got to do a better job of showing some help there. You can't ask Frank Mitchell, and Tynes doing a good job, but he just got sized out there.
Sims inside, cut off by Long. He's going to get it back, though. Let's see what he's got in the second attempt, using the body. I like that defense from Long. You got to get that rebound though, and I know Frank Mitchell's a big body, but you're right, those guards have to do everything they can to create some space and that rebound to come to them.
You are right on. Big men hate nothing more than a little tiny guard like Tutu putting his butt on your knees or on your thighs, driving you out of bounds. That's where you can influence the rebound. You may not get it, but you can influence who's going to get it.
Barber inbounds to Walker. Tynes, who gives it back to Cat, and he turns it over.
What a nice rotation if you're Niagara. Chuente doesn't bring the size, he doesn't bring that physical play, he doesn't bring a whole lot of offense, but he's an athlete, and he moved, and his rotation there caused the turnover.
That's one of the guys I would never want to see in a dark alley. Phil Jordan Chuente, jacked. Pass inside, picked off, Walker, back the other way. Leaves it for Tynes, the right hand, can't finish. Walker though, the rebound. Little give and go action. And he gets it back, uses the backboard. Fundamental basketball, 20 seconds to go, 2-point lead for the River Lions. Let's see what they've got in the final possession of the third quarter.
They're trying to deny Vinales the ball. Cat Barber going full deny, having a foul to give. So it's only their fourth. But the easiest way I've always felt to guard a great scorer and a great shooter is guard him before he gets the basketball.
Cat Barber doesn't like the call whatsoever. He even tried to get some agreement out of Vinales, who didn't bite. They do get it to Vinales. He's going to get a high screen, reject it. 5 seconds. Lull. 3 seconds, gets it up. Air ball, and that's going to go off Chuente with 0.6 to go in this third quarter.
So we talk time and score, situational basketball. Barber wins it there by fouling, not putting him on the free throw line. Tutu's foul puts Powell at the free throw line.
Walker's heave, nowhere close. And the Niagara River Lions have taken the lead 71-69. They were down 21 points in that first quarter. We're going to have an exciting fourth quarter. You're watching CEBL basketball live on CBC Gem YouTube and CEBL Plus.
You don't just fuel your body, you fuel your drive. We're not here to preach hustle. We're here for the ones who show up. You know who you are. The moms who make mornings feel like magic. The runners lacing up before the scroll. The dreamers writing it down before it's real. And we're here for you. Real fruit, real fuel. Booster Juice. Fuel for what's next.
Did you know that every CEBL game ends on a game-winning bucket? Yep, every single one. That's because we use something called target score ending, a thrilling twist that keeps fans locked in till the final shot. So what is the target score ending? Here's how it works. The first time the clock stops with 4 minutes or less left in the fourth quarter, the game clock is turned off. We enter target score time. We take the leading team's score, add 9 points, and that becomes the target score. Let's say it's 91-80. That means the first team to hit 100 wins. No ticking clock, no intentional fouls, just pure clutch basketball. It's fast, it's electric, and it guarantees that every game ends with a bang. Experience the target score ending this CEBL season.
Welcome back to the Meridian Centre, the home court for the Niagara River Lions, who find themselves up 71-69, Joe. They were down 24. I keep saying 21. It was 24. How'd they get back into it?
Well, they gave up 21 fast break points in the first half, haven't given up any in the second half, only had 1 turnover in the third quarter.
Chuente inside, using the right on the left, but it works. 73-69. Steal attempt, Sims inside, kick out, swing pass, Campbell's got space, and he buries it.
Yeah, now in closeout, you got to know personnel. You got a choice on Tynes or Campbell. You got to bluff Tynes and make him shoot it, not Campbell. you got to do a better job on personnel if you're Niagara.
That is a great point on that possession. 73-72. Vinales, we talked about how they get into the game. You got to talk about this kid, Kyle Vinales. He's got 22, Joe.
Yeah, and you know what? Scarborough's doing a great job. They're putting tines on him, but Niagara did a nice adjustment, running him off a couple of options, giving him a chance to go off a stagger or go off a single.
And then Khalil Ahmad, all of a sudden he's got 19. So you've got your two lead guards here having a night. And Niagara couldn't be happier. Vinales' shot off the mark. Barber in transition, trying to beat Chuente, gets him to bite. That's a veteran move right there.
You called it.
Barber.
You called it. Here's Barber playing with 4 fouls right now. He does a nice job. He saw Chuente on him, and he just kind of drew him his way.
Cat Barber, 31 years old, 6th year in the CEBL, his 4th with Scarborough. All right, the Shooting Stars return home to welcome Nick Hornsby, Trey King, and the rest of the Edmonton Stingers to the Toronto Pan Am Center. Tip-off, 7:30 p.m. Eastern this Thursday.
Cat Barber's had the yips this year from the free throw line, shooting the ball at 32%. Here's a guy who's been a great free throw shooter, just having issues, and it's like the Steve Sachs yips of baseball.
Chuck Knobloch as well. Chuck Knobloch couldn't throw to first base all of a sudden. Vinales, runner, tough, doesn't go. Shooting Stars back the other way. Tynes gets him to bite, can't finish. Chuente holds on to it. Tutu, back the other way, cross-court pass. Lull makes no hesitation.
Chuente getting way too casual. You saw it build up. Like, here's a guy who that's driving me crazy right now. Here's a guy who does everything on work and effort and sweat, and all of a sudden he gets the basketball and he gets casual, and the basketball god said, gotcha.
You gotta make those passes. Drives a coach crazy. You make the right play, corral an offensive rebound, and then make a mistake.
The concentration from a coach is complete discipline, complete concentration every play. If you're a player, you need to have that type of concentration.
All right, timeout on the floor with 8:10 to go in the 4th quarter. 73-72. I mean, what more can you say about the response from the Niagara River Lions? Down and out in that first quarter.
Yeah, and you know what, Randy, but the one thing you got to talk about in that timeout, moral victories mean nothing. They need a W. They need a hard-fought W, and they got to do what they can, so you can't throw it over. You can't make mistakes. They played a third quarter where they took the lead because they only had 1 turnover.
You know, Scarborough comes in 14-2, and you can't look at that record if you're Niagara. You now have the confidence to win this game if you're Niagara.
Yeah, but you're going to have to rebound every possession. You're going to have to play perfect basketball. This Scarborough team is loaded, and they're a team that is all about confidence. They have won more close games this year than anyone in the CEBL, but they're confident in finishing it, and they're buying into what they want to do all season long.
They've got so many weapons on the offensive end. Miles Powell puts up 25 a night. Javon Johnson, almost 18 a night. Of course, Frank Mitchell, the double-double machine, nearly 15 and 11. A lot of guys on this team can do some damage. Let's see what Niagara responds with. Cat Barber over the timeline. Working on Vinales, gets a screen to get some space. Cross-court pass. Nice little move from Sims, the right hand doesn't go. Lull the rebound.
Good job by Lafili. Scarborough comes out with no center. They come out with 3 guards and 2 forwards.
Let's see if Niagara can punish them. 3 ball off the mark.
Niagara not using the pass like they did early. They're settling early for shots.
Sims doesn't want to attack Lufile on this possession. Gets it to Barber. Step back three with space, and it's short. Cat Barber just can't get it going here tonight.
Yeah, I feel for Cat because he's fighting right now almost like he's fighting demons. This guy's a player, and when he takes that shot, I don't think twice about it as being a good shot. But right now, this season, he's having a hard time putting the ball in the bucket.
Well, that's a bucket for Cat Barber any other year in the CEBL.
Here's a guy who scored 24 straight points.
LeBron-like number. Tutu over the timeline, gets a screen from Lufile. Kennedy on a curl. Back to Tutu. Wields inside. Not enough space for that pass as Tynes tries to get it in transition, but it's Tutu makes up for the mistake, and he's got all kinds of space. Can't get it to go, and the big man down low, Elijah Lufile, putting on his hard helmet.
And he almost took Powell's arm with it. I didn't like that play. It was a 3-on-1. I think they settled for an easy three. They should have gone inside. They were fortunate. Lufile was there to finish that play.
Powell, three to answer, and he does it. 75 all.
Yeah, talk about he was confident with that.
We got an offensive foul here. No, it's going to be a defensive foul on Scarborough. Is that against Powell?
Yeah, against Powell.
Is that
so that's his fourth.
That's 4 on Powell. Hines will check out. Campbell will check out. Johnson in to guard the ball.
Yeah, you bring in a mooing Cat. Just the amount of riches this Scarborough team has is ridiculous.
Kennedy for 3. 78-75 Niagara.
Here's a guy that has to step up for Niagara. With the change of the roster, he's the one guy that's got to step up and give him a little bit more.
Mitchell inside, can't get it to go. Walker doing all the work, and he gets rewarded. Hoop, harm, Scarborough the response.
Yeah, again, you talk about length. You talk about athletic length. This Scarborough team keeps it alive. If you're Niagara, you better rebound with 5. There's just too much talent out there on Scarborough.
Anthony Walker, 6'8", third year in the CEBL, 71% from the line, and he hits it. Ahmad over the timeline, wants a screen and he gets it. In the corner, that's Chuente. Rattles around, Jordan Chuente using all parts of the rim.
He's saying to me, Coach, I might not be your number 1 option, but if I'm open, I'm shooting it.
81-78, Niagara River Lions, 5:47 to go, fourth quarter. Don't forget, we've got that target time, the first time out after 4 minutes. First team to 9 after the leading team score. But what a response here from Niagara. Vinales having himself a night. Ahmad picking up after that first quarter, and then we've got Chuente, unlikely hero in the corner for 3 on that last possession, forcing a Scarborough Shooting Stars timeout.
Elijah Lufile doing the job. But this Scarborough team, their bench scoring is absolutely crazy. So you just don't know where to stop it. It's coming from Walker. It's coming from Johnson. Sims having himself a game. This team can score in many different ways. And then they got the MVP candidate in Powell.
Powell on the bench prior to that, having a bit of an off night, shooting it right now. 3 for 11 from the field. 9 points is a -1.
Yeah, but he made his last one, and his last one was a tough one. And he'll remember that one when he shoots his next one.
Absolutely, 0 for 4 from 3 before that one. Shooters shoot, that's what they do.
Yeah. And now you'll see
the field goal percentages, Joe, for both teams have kind of evened out there. You saw the unsustainable nearly 80% from Scarborough in that first quarter. Both teams now at 46.
It's amazing what happens when teams start playing defense. It just makes it so much tougher to score.
Coaches stop pulling out their hair. Mooncat gets it to Johnson. Picked off by Ahmad. Good job using the body. Khalil Ahmad, just when you don't think he has any space,
like
finishes.
We talk about putting people in jail on ball screens where you get them behind you and you hold them. He started holding Mooncat at center court. He's got him on his back, reads the pace, goes into the contact. He finishes right, he finishes left. He uses the rim, so he takes away the shot blocking ability. That was a highlight. The steal, the score, and the finish.
That's a pro right there. Free throw doesn't go, but it's a 5-point lead here for the home team. They need a win in the worst way. 5 straight L's coming into this one. Powell back in the game. Feeds Johnson, he gets it back. Working on a screen, he's got Mitchell inside. Little two-step inside, foul called.
Okay, Munis Tutu and TJ Lull are alumni of national champion Carleton Ravens. And the Carleton Ravens teach an absolutely great job on how to handle stagger screens. They talk about going over and under and changing pace. They are exceptional at it. So when I'm watching the stagger here on Munis Tutu, this guy has trained against that his entire career. If I'm going to go stagger, I'm going to go stagger against not against those two guys.
Right. Mitchell, free throw. 83-79, coming up on 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Tutu gets a screen and gets a mod. Comes to him, Tutu again, he's 8 seconds on the shot clock. Foul line jumper, buries it.
Tough shot. I thought Tutu was going to go back to Khalil with the ball, but he makes a tough finish on the pull-up.
Johnson wants to answer. Ooh, he got a foul on the floor. Munis Tutu doesn't like it.
Munis Tutu feels like he got blocked into it on the screen, and that's what Coach Kimball McKenzie's saying. But again, you don't want to commit that foul in the penalty, in target time situations coming up. You got to do a better job. You can't put yourself in that situation where you give them a free bucket.
Johnson, an 80% free throw shooter, first one. Rims out.
You know, in my whole coaching career, free throws are contagious when you make them, and they're contagious when you miss them.
Frustrating for a player, frustrating for a coach. You do all the work. You come away with one. 85-80. Niagara leads. Ahmad doesn't use the screen. Chuente, does he have another from the other side? And he does. Using all the rim on both threes from both corners.
He banked that in from the corner off the back rim. It was a little Kawhi action.
88-80, 3-ball, no good from Walker. But Mitchell inside lays it in for 2.
Mitchell just separated 5 people from his body. What a great rebound.
Ahmad had Chuente in the corner. I didn't know how he saw him on that last possession. Let's see what he does here. He steps back into his own 3, and that one's long. That would have brought the house down if that went in. Powell back the other way. He's got space. Does he have a 3? Yes, he does.
Yeah, you take yourself a shot. All of a sudden, got you in the target score time with the timeout. But I think a bad decision by Khalil Ahmad leads back for 3.
88-85. Niagara River Lions come all the way back, down 24 in the first quarter. Target time basketball coming up. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
Let's bring it on. It's game time. It's showtime.
gotta love a Canadian goose.
Two hands! Oh, what a block from behind!
Next bucket wins.
Target score time is the best time of a game. The energy, the drama.
That anything can happen. Oh my goodness! Can you believe this guy?
Big players step up in big times.
He is cooking.
Welcome back live at the Meridian Centre in downtown St. Catharines. The Niagara River Lions up by 3. We are in target score time. First team to get 97 will win it here, Joe. I love the response in these last 3 quarters.
Yeah,
for Niagara.
One of the things of target score time that will kill you is bad decisions. You need good, solid decisions. Niagara starts with the ball. Vinales, who sat 17 in the first half, 5 so far, all in the third quarter.
Ahmad has got 21, Vinales 22. Those guards have been absolutely huge here for Niagara. They use Lufile for a screen. He tries to posterize Walker.
A nice pass inside. Good read. Everybody came to Ahmad. Good read. Now Lufile's got to finish it.
Elijah Lufile, 71% from the stripe.
So you watch, but look at his left hand. His left hand's on the body. His right hand goes up. He's saying he got the block, but it's the left hand on the body that commits the first foul.
Walker doesn't like it, but nobody in any form of basketball ever likes it when they get called for a foul, especially in target score time.
Powell's got 4 fouls. So he's picking up Keontae Kennedy.
Lufile makes them both. 90-85. The ends have an answer here. Or will Niagara snap their 5-game winning streak? Ahmad! Khalil Ahmad going up top and coming back down on a throwdown.
The safest gamble in basketball is trying to steal the ball off the top because you're not going to get hurt by a backdoor cut.
Mitchell inside the answer.
The spin cycle.
92-87, first team to 97. Back and forth we go in Niagara. Ahmad working some magic, trying to go right. Kick out pass. They're going to say it's off Scarborough. Bailed out here.
Yeah, you see Chuente standing there looking for the ball. He doesn't move his feet for the catch. 11 seconds. Tough spot to inbound the basketball.
Kennedy comes to it. Can't get it. They got to get it in. It's tipped.
Yes, Tynes.
Kellen Tynes.
So you put a new guy in a very difficult situation there. They're trying to modify a play. Tynes makes a great touch, great steal. Nice job by Scarborough.
I know you don't want to go over the top, but you want to try to find Elijah Lufile there on that inbound. They didn't. It's a turnover. And Muencat inside. That's a tough hoop. It goes and it doesn't.
Chuente with nice defense.
Yes,
he
solid.
looked like David Muencat on defense there.
Absolutely. Vinales to Ahmad. Working on that right side. Can't get it to go. Mitchell the rebound. A little careless with that last possession. We're Niagara. But Powell doesn't make them play. Another rebound from Chuente. I'd like to see something from Vinales here. He's been terrific all game long.
Get the screen right here by Lufile. Get the separation late on the screen.
That's great defense from Tynes, working around those screens. Chuente Chopping inside, Lufile with the right. Yes, he does. 94-87.
You gotta love a big-to-big assist.
Powell, does he have an answer? Guarded by Ahmad. Two legends in the sport. Nice drop pass, Mitchell, making no mistake.
Yeah, I thought Ahmad did a great job in the corner. Kennedy allowed it to get out, and Scarborough makes you pay.
We got to finish the play defensively. He talked about that early on in this game. 94-89, Scarborough with some work to do. River Lions hoping to snap that 5-game losing streak.
Again, Chuente with the nonchalant pass.
Ahmad's three doesn't go. Powell in transition, Mooncat. Some space, a little too much English on that finish attempt, and it's going to be Niagara basketball.
And that was Lufile coming back, just making it a little bit more difficult.
That little extra effort, coaches love that. You can give up, you can say, oh, it's a point, you know, it's 2 points, we're still up. You give that little extra effort, changes the play completely.
I like the Keontae Kennedy situation here, just because he's got Powell with 4 fouls on him. He's got to make himself be more active on this.
Dribble handoffs, the recipe here. Vinales going to his left side, pull-up jumper. Oh, Joe Rasso, that is pretty.
And I like the fact that he took the 2. Don't be rushing for the 3.
96-89. Niagara needs 1. Johnson, 3 in a hurry, doesn't go, and Mitchell trying to throw it down. Niagara will corral it. That's Lufile. They need 1 more.
Oh, they almost got caught within 8 seconds. Again, being casual.
Ahmad behind the back. Pass in front. Jordan Chuente wins it for Niagara. The throwdown. The showdown. 98-89. Niagara snapping their 5-game losing streak, sending Scarborough home, the best team in the league, with a loss.
And a hard-fought game. What an entertaining game. The game changed every single quarter, but good decisions and defense on both ends won it. Wow. Randy, we got ourselves a good one. Nice way to start the weekend.
A great way to start the weekend. It's going to be popping off in Niagara tonight. Lufile was unbelievable. Vinales, terrific. And then Ahmad, what can you say about Khalil Ahmad? Just took over there in that second half.
Yeah, you know, that's why he's the Lion King around here. There's a lot of pressure, but he's got a dance partner now. And that makes all the difference in the world.
What a backcourt. Both guys with over 20. Vinales with 24. That tough jumper down the left side. You know, that's a bad shot in basketball analytics. Guy in your face, mid-range. Not for Kyle Vinales.
No, that was a nice pull-up jump shot and a big time. I like the fact that they didn't hunt the 3, you know, and they went for the 2 possessions there. And then the nice pass off, and Chuente, who banked in the 2 threes from the corner, finishes it off with the dunk.
Chuente, Jordan Chuente, 4 of 6, 2 of 3 from downtown, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, doing everything. He had big-time minutes last game, 28. He's going to get something close to that here tonight as well. JJ with Elijah Lufile. JJ, go.
That's right, Ray. I'm here with the captain, Elijah. Down 24 at one point in the game. Target score time. How'd you get it done tonight?
The whole game we were locked in. I know in the first quarter we kind of let it get away with us. But, you know, we just grouped up, got together as a team. Nothing special, honestly. There's no special recipe. It just took a lot of guys to come together, and we really got on each other about the things that we weren't doing well, and then we got the win.
You had 3 new players debut tonight. Kyle Vinales had a great performance. They're all really looking like they're engrossed in this culture. From your point of view, what did you see from them?
Kyle's a vet. He knows what he's doing. He's played in high-level basketball. Moon is 2-2, great high-level basketball as well. The big man, G, These guys are just great guys, and they're helping us. We're helping them. We're just a team now. These guys welcome them with open arms and everything. We're just really happy to have these great group of guys, and they're just a great addition.
What's got to carry over into Sunday against Montreal?
Intensity. Like I kept on saying to the guys, man, we've been on a losing streak. If we win one, we'll get a momentum. So we can feed off this momentum and just keep it going.
Appreciate the time for the win.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, Randy and Joe will put a bow on this beautiful Friday night match here from Niagara. The River Lions taking it. Don't go anywhere. You'll want to hear what they have to say right after this. You're watching CEBL Basketball live on CBC Gem, YouTube, and CEBL Plus.
High-octane fun for the whole family. Motorsports events line up all summer long. Everything from drag racing, drifting, and everything in between. Test your skills on our private track with your own vehicle, or try out our powerful F2000s. We're just 90 minutes from Toronto and the Niagara region. Go to our website for upcoming event info. Toronto Motorsports Park Cayuga is a proud sponsor of Niagara River Lions basketball.
Lotto Max now has more?
Oh, yeah. Like up to 90 new prizes of $100,000 on every draw.
Yeah, right. And aliens exist.
What? Lotto Max has more prizes?
Yep, that's more chances to win.
Sure, and horses can fly.
No way.
Cool.
At Cal Tire, we're here to drive the best value around with free rotations, price match, 0% financing, and free flat repairs. We take care of it all for the life of your tires. Chat with our team at caltire.com.
The CEBL, Canada's Pro Basketball League, and redtag.ca brings Canadian basketball fans a chance to save up to $300 off on vacation bookings all season long with promo code CEBLFans. I wonder how our mascots would spend their time on vacation. Book today with Red Tag and save $300.
RedTag.ca. Tomorrow, it's a Cal Tire Western Conference game when the Vancouver Bandits visit the Edmonton Stingers at the Edmonton Expo Center in what could be a first-round playoff preview. Tip-off at 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific. Catch all the CEBL action on CEBL Plus, CBC Gem, and YouTube as we welcome you back inside the Meridian Centre. Randy Urban alongside Joe Razzo. And Joe, that was a game. It didn't look like it was going to be from the start, but man, Niagara was great, and Elijah Lufili, the Booster Juice player of the game, was outstanding.
Yeah, it was an entertaining game, and it was a hard-fought battle. But I'm going to disagree with Elijah Lufili.
Okay.
He said they played with intensity the whole game. If you ask Coach Kimball McKenzie, I'm going to think that they played with the intensity of tiddlywinks in the first quarter, and then they battled for their basketball lives for 3 quarters. There was no comparison. And it just shows you that intensity and desire has a place in the game, and a winning place in the game.
Well, speaking of place in the game, Kyle Vinales making his debut, and he was absolutely outstanding. 9 of 19 from the field, 24 points, leading his team. He's definitely got a place in this starting lineup going forward.
This team desperately needed offense. And all of a sudden, they bring in Kyle Vinales, who's a scorer. And then they pair him with Khalil Ahmad, who's been dying for some help. And all of a sudden now, they've kind of found their way a little bit. And they're sending a quick signal to the league that they're not dead.
Absolutely not dead as they snap their 5-game losing streak, and they improve to 6-10 on the season. 98-89 is the final. It was a good one here from the Meridian Centre on a Friday night in downtown St. Catharines. The party's going to keep going, Joe. You and me are going to hit the town. But that's it for us. 98-89 is your final for producer Mason, sideline JJ Epson, and Joe Razzo. I'm Randy Urban saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Mobbing with the game, and you think it's a game? I came to knock 'em out the road.
Knock 'em out the way, knock 'em out the way, knock 'em out the way with your head top down for some action.